It's low key. First thing I want to share with you guys is I remember when I was 17, I contemplated suicide for at least an entire year. Every day, day in, day out, I contemplated suicide. How am I going to get the job done? I want to go painlessly, if that's a word. I want to leave this earth in a painless, matter, right? So every day that was my homework. I was just trying to figure out ways how was I going to off myself in a way that was, painless, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Pizzles Tech Time in the motherfucking building. Salute King. Everybody go check out Pizzles Tech Time. He has a lot of good content over there. Go check him out, family. Appreciate that. But like I said, I did day in, day out, you know, do I plug the exhaust pipe or go out through the carbon monoxide? Do I run into traffic? Do I, do I do the whole risk action? Do I shoot myself? It was I don't mean to take it there, family, but I gotta take it there to show you that for an entire year, that's where my mind was at. That's where low key was. Um, the way, fortunately for me, the way that I'm built, it's in my DNA. I'm a procrastinator. And I fucked around and procrastinated committing suicide for so damn long that I just never did it. That's my story. That's not a joke. I'm not bullshitting you. That's my story. I never offed myself because I just never got around to doing it. I say that to say this. I feel for people that genuinely get to a place or reach a place within themselves that they're numb and taking themselves out of the equation. They could actually be capable of doing that. I feel for those people. I genuinely do. And I want to say I understand them because there's a difference between being sad and numb. So that's why I say that. That's my little backstory. Pizzles Tech Time says, I got arrested at 15 years old and none of the kids told the police. I said I might kill myself. Then they put me in the hospital and asked me a million questions. Damn. That's crazy. But I say that to say that I feel for people that are numb enough that contemplate taking themselves out of the equation. No disrespect to them, none of that. I want to hop into this story that I just came across. It is a sad story, but I also have a lot of questions that I feel need to be asked as well. But like I said, it's no disrespect. I just naturally, I'm an objective person. I want to try and find out the truth. So let's hop up into it, family. I appreciate y'all for joining me. Um so this site right here is Oklahoma News 4. It reports Denver boy killed himself after being bullied at school, mom says. Let me get through this first paragraph, then I got you, Pizzles. Denver. A Denver mom wants to shine a light on bullying and suicide after the death of her son last week. Leah Pierce said her son killed himself in their home on Thursday. He was 9 years old. Pierce says bullying was a factor in the death of her son, Jamel Myles. He started fourth grade at Joe Shoemaker Elementary School on Monday. Pierce said he came out to her as gay over the summer. Shout out to Queen Mama Candy in the chat. Salute, salute. Pierce said he came out to her as gay over the summer. This is a quote. And he looked so scared when he told me. He was like, "Mom, I'm gay." And I thought he was playing. So I looked back because I was driving and he was all curled up, so scared. And I said, "I still love you," Pierce told KDVR. Pierce said her son wanted to tell his classmates. He went to school and said he was going to tell people he's gay because he's proud of himself, she said. Pierce said when he came out, he opened up about wanting to dress more femininely. And he goes, "Can I be honest with you?" Pierce said. And I was like, "Sure." And he's like, "I know you buy me boy stuff because I'm a boy, but I'd rather dress like a girl." On Thursday, 4 days into the school year, Jamel took his own life. Pierce found her son dead in their Denver home. She said he killed himself after being bullied. 4 days is all it took at school. I could just imagine what they said to him. Pierce said, "My son told my oldest daughter. The kids at school told him to kill himself. I'm just sad he didn't come to me." A letter from Denver Public Schools to families sent Friday said it's providing extra social workers and its crisis team for students. "I'm so upset that he thought this was his option," Pierce said. In the statement, the district said it will continue to offer support to the family through the devastation. Pierce wants to spread awareness about the effects of bullying. "We should have accountability for bullying. I think the child should, because the child knows it's wrong. The child wouldn't want someone to do it to them. I think the parents should be held because obviously the parents are either teaching them to be like that or they're treating them like that," she said. She says she hopes no parent ever has to go through this pain because their child is different from everyone else. The Denver Police Department is investigating the death as a suicide. And it goes on to say, if you know anybody experiencing suicidal thoughts or depression, call the suicide prevention number. Let me just hop into another article real quick. Hop into some comments real quick. So this is Jamel Myles, the 9-year-old from Denver, Colorado. This just says Jamel Myles from Denver, Colorado told his parents he was gay and was proud of his identity. After deciding to come out at school, he was bullied by his classmates, taking his own life days later. These are just more pictures of him. His mom said the Denver boy killed himself after being bullied at school. Let's see. An autopsy. This is Alex Rose, I guess, on Twitter. An autopsy from the Denver Medical Examiner's Office confirms this death as a suicide. Let me hop up on that and see what's going on here. And I was going to get into this, but shit, while I'm here, let me just go through it. This person responds saying, "How in the hell does a 9-year-old know his sexual preference if he's never come in contact with physical sex? Like, how the F can a child prefer sex with boys or men at 9? I was still pissing on the toilet at 9. Rest in peace, though. Sad day in Denver. This world is crazy." This person responds saying, "I hope you just misused the physical sex part because 99% of 13-year-olds have never had physical sex, yet beat their meat 6 times a day to the porn of their sexual preference. I was 9 and had crushes on girls, yet had no sexual drive. I just like girls." So yeah, they go into a whole bunch of stupid shit. but I think it was a good point that he did make. How does a 9-year-old know his sexual preference? How I felt is, how does a 9-year-old know their sexual preference or orientation before they even go through puberty? You don't even have the hormones in you yet to make that decision. You know what I'm saying? Now let me hop back in these comments real quick. This person goes to say, never let anyone tell us the fight for equality is over. A 9-year-old boy has killed himself after enduring 4 days of homophobic bullying at school in Denver, Colorado. Leah Pierce said her son Jamel Myles revealed to her over the summer that he was gay and was proud. 4 days is all it took. I could just imagine what they said to him. My son told my oldest daughter, the kids at school told him to kill himself. I'm just sad he didn't come to me. This person says bravery should not be something that is ridiculed and evokes statements of hate. Jamel Myles should have been able to share his fearlessness with the world. I'm gonna hop into one more comment. This person goes on to say, maybe if we spent less time agonizing about whether children are too young to have conversations about sexuality at school and more time confronting bullying and supporting vulnerable students, tragedies like this wouldn't happen in 2018. So pretty much how I feel about this whole situation is, I definitely feel like this is a very sad story. The little boy is 9 years old. From what I'm reading, like I said, I don't know this kid. I don't know his family, but from what I'm reading, and I saw a video. You guys can come check out a video. They had a video of him, but he looks like a good kid. He looks like a normal kid. He looks laid back. He looks like a kid. You know what I'm saying? He looks like what a 9-year-old normal kid looks like. You know what I mean? 9, 9. Nigga ain't even. Excuse me. Yeah. Low key, come on. Low key, come on. Bring it back, low key. I got to be professional, low key, right now. He's not even 10 years old. The child is 9 years old. But how I feel about this is we were all bullied. Bullying is wrong, but we were all bullied. You know, and it's all about how you respond to the bullying. Now, my question is, where's the father? I looked through 4 articles. I didn't see nothing about a father being present in this little boy's life. I didn't see not one word mentioned about the father. Where's the father at? I did not see one damn sentence about the father. What did the father say? I didn't see nothing. So my first question is, where's the father at? If the father was present, he could have had a conversation with the young boy, or even could have went to the school and talked to whoever he needed to talk to, right? Or he could have just said, you know what, I'm going to take you out of that school. I'll home train you. I'll take you to another school. Where's the father at? That's my first question. Um, and then another thing in this story, it's like I said, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm trying to understand what exactly is happening here when they say, um, let's see. Let me get this right. Let me get this right. Cause I wanna read this how they said it. Let me get this right. Okay, so here it goes. It says Denver police are investigating the boy's death as a suicide. Jamel's body was found at home on Thursday, Miss Pierce told local media. Like I said, I've looked at several articles, and they're not, like I said, I'm trying to be respectful, but I want answers. How did a 9-year-old commit suicide? What did he do? I can't imagine a 9-year-old. And my like I can it's possible, right? It's whatever. I understand. Humans are capable of a lot of stuff. But how does a 9-year-old commit suicide? What did he do? Did he drink bleach? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go graphic with it, but what did he do? Every article is telling me is Jamel's body was found at home on Thursday. Depending on how this child took his own life will tell a lot about the environment of his home, what his mother had him exposed to. If the father was present, if she did, or the mother had a boyfriend, what they were both exposing the child to. You see, you got to be able to read between the lines, and sometimes you got to think about what they're not telling you. Because right now they're prettying up this story, making the mom look like a decent mom, making the boy look like like he was innocent. And like I said, no disrespect, but you got to be with me. Unless when there's shit left out, then that's when my my brain, like the fucking mechanics in my brain start to move. And I just genuinely want to know, where's the father at? And also, how did a 9-year-old commit suicide? Because knowing knowing the answer to those two questions will say a lot about the family home. You know what I'm saying? And if he did Mama Candy, that's awful. That's one of the most horrid, suffering, painful ways to go. So that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It could have been, we just going through it. This is all alleged. It could have been liquor left out. He could have said, okay, I'm going to drink the liquor until, I pass out. Or it could have been pills left out. He could have said, I'm going to take the pills until I pass out. This is all alleged. That's all I'm saying. Where's the rest of this article? Where's the part of the story that actually matters? Okay, you telling me a 9-year-old committed suicide? How? Okay, where's the people that were supposed to prevent him from doing that? It's deeper than just being gay. It's 2018. No one cares about anyone being gay anymore. No one cares about anyone being transgendered anymore. If you identify as a gay person or a transgender person or what have you, people accept you at the end of the day. No one's going to bother you. I mean, I'm just saying from, on a larger scale, nobody's going to mess with you. People get upset, and I'm going to just go away from the child for a second, and I'm going to talk about gay people and transgender people. With all due respect, I will say people just get upset when you lie about your sexual orientation, when you try to trick them into whatever it is, whatever relationship you're trying to have them with. That's all it is. When you lie about your sexual orientation, or when you try to trick people into being in a situation that they're not aware of and that they would not agree with. That's all that is. But in 2018, if you tell somebody you're gay or you're transgender, don't nobody care. All right. Do your thing. Just don't flirt with my ass. Respectfully. Said no, there's still a lot of people that don't like it. I agree. There's a lot of people that don't like it, but what I'm saying is, I don't think, in my opinion, I don't feel like it's to the point, at least where I'm at. I'm gonna just say where I'm at. On the East Coast, people aren't going to get their pitchforks or get their guns and load their guns and come get you. You know what I mean? They say, okay, it is what it is. Like I said, where I'm from, You see a gay person, you see a transgender person, like, okay, it is what it is. That person doing them, just leave me alone. Just don't, just don't try to, touch my ass. You know, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Don't cuff my ass. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to pull up on me. You know what I'm saying? Asking me all types of questions and shit. That's all I'm saying. But going back to the child, like I said, this is a very sad story because this could happen too. Look, the way social media is programming a lot. I'm gonna just say the masses. This is a perfect example. And like I said, I'm trying to be respectful, but this is a perfect example of how you have a 9-year-old boy that has not even hit puberty yet, but in his mind, he truly thinks that he identifies with a certain sexual orientation. In my personal opinion, if you don't even have the hormones necessary for your body to give you that information, then what we're witnessing here is programming. And that's what a lot of my videos that I made before were about that. The reason why I'm upset with a LeBron James or people that grown men that put on wigs or dresses. The reason why I'm upset with them is because, God forbid, I have a son and my son simply idolizes them through social media. He's going to naturally want to partake in whatever that celebrity, athlete, entertainer, so on and so forth wants to partake in. It's as simple as that. So if he sees LeBron James wearing leggings and a wig, guess what my son's going to want to wear? And guess what's going to happen when I don't let him wear that? He's going to go at war with me. So that's why I get upset when I see this shit. Because it's nothing but programming that's being force-fed down people's throats. You said the West Coast, you can still be hurt. Hey, I've never been to the West Coast, so I'm not even going to argue with you. And you said at that age you don't know. I just felt like, I'll say this. I will be honest. I lost my virginity at 12 years old, going on 13 years old. But even then, I wasn't even really worried about having sex. It just happened. I liked the chick. We dated. We ended up dating for 3 years after that. That was my chick. Because I didn't care about sex. I was like, okay, this is cool. I got a girlfriend and we happen to have sex. Okay, whatever. But that was 13. So that was what, 4 years? That was 4 years. The kid was 9 years old, and I agree. He's too young. He's just too young. That's a fact. That's a fact, Mama Candy. Your brain, in my opinion, your brain is just naturally in a different place. When you're 9 years old, your priorities are naturally in a different place. We talking toys. We talking playing outside. We talking video games. We talking what we eating today. You know what I'm saying? We talking, I want, ice cream, and we talking what cartoons is on. You know what I'm saying? That's what we worried about. You know what I'm saying? We worried about how to get out of doing this homework. You know what I'm saying? Nobody at that age is thinking about sex. Nobody at that age, at least when I was growing up, was thinking about, am I gay or am I bi or am I straight? Because you weren't participating in the act. That's a fact. Shout out the big homie, the big bro, Super Sly 75 in the motherfucking building. That's what I'm saying, Super Sly. How, Sway? Super Sly 75 says, wait, how did this kid commit suicide? And I'll tell you right now, I went through 4 or 5 articles. All they say is, and I'll go back through it for you. My first question was, where's the father at? They only interviewed the mother, and apparently the mother has a daughter too. So the mother has a daughter, and then the 9-year-old. My question is, where is the father? Where was the father? Or does the mother have a boyfriend or a situation like that? But it goes on to say, as far as the child, it says Jamel's body was found at home on Thursday. Miss Pierce told local police. That's all it says. Right, Mama Candy, not that age. Yes, video games, not sex. I was worried about Blockbuster, not busting in something. Respectfully, respectfully. Um, Go through here. See what it says. 4 days is all it took at school. I could just imagine what they said to him. Pierce said, my son told my oldest daughter at the school. I'm sorry. My son told my oldest daughter the kids at school told him to kill himself. I'm just sad he didn't come to me. She knows what happened. Or the daughter knows what happened. They walked in, saw the boy was on the floor wherever he was in the house. They know what happened. For some reason, they're just not putting the information out there. That's all it is. And as far as a father being present or a father figure or a boyfriend, they're not putting that information out there. For what reason? I don't know. I can't tell y'all. But definitely Super Sly. I hope you make a video about this, or at least if you find out, if you ever come across why, or how he committed suicide, definitely let me know. But that's just pretty much the questions I have for this article. Damn, I can't say that out loud, man. I do agree. And I will say this. I just want certain answers, because if I could just have my question answered as far as where's the father, or where was the father figure or the male presence in this situation, and also how did this 9-year-old figure out a way to commit suicide, it would say, those answers alone would say a lot about his home environment. That's all I'm saying. But I definitely, like I said, no disrespect to this young child. I don't know him. I'm not going to sit here and disrespect him, and no disrespect to his mother or his family. But I will say, certain questions need to be answered. But I will say, rest in peace to this young child. No child deserves that ever. If that was my child, you know what I'm saying, I'd be destroyed. But definitely, I'll put the link in the description so you guys can check this article out. I mean, this story, and it's a sad one, but hopefully at the end of the day, for the people that, I don't want to say, hopefully it makes people just be more aware of their children and what their children are up to. I don't know what else to say. I got 2 Labradors, and I gotta watch them all damn day because they always getting into some shit. I can't imagine having a real life human being that I have to take care of. So I already know if I had a child, I would have to be on his or her ass. I would constantly have to be, questioning what's going on. How you doing? What the kids talking about at school? What your teachers talking about? How you feeling? You all right? Who are you? Tell me who you are. I want to know who you are. What do you like? What are you into? Okay. You think about sex at all? You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine, because I'm not a father. But I know if I did have a child, that it takes a lot of goddamn work to raise a productive, respectable, honorable, down to earth real life human being. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say rest in peace to this child. No child deserves that. And also, this reminds me of that episode of Atlanta. I don't know if any of y'all watched that episode of Atlanta on FX with Childish Gambino. The name of the episode is called FUBU. You should definitely check it out. I recommend it. The name of the episode is called FUBU. Long story short, within the episode, it's real life. I really went through this shit. A lot of people and a lot of minorities, I feel like, went through this. A lot of colored people went through this. Long story short, 2 kids come to school with the same FUBU jersey on. Obviously, one of the kids has a fake one on and one of the kids has a real one on. At the end of the day, they find out, the kids in the school find out who was the kid with the fake jersey. They bully him to death. I mean, they roasted this nigga to smithereens. Next day, the principal comes in the school. He comes into class. He tells the students the kid's name, such and such, committed suicide last night. We just want, everyone to know that you need to be aware of what's going on with your peers, and you need to be a little bit friendlier to each other. You need to care about each other. And this reminds me of this. You know what I'm saying? It does remind me of this story, because growing up, if you was wearing some fake shit, you was getting roasted to death. And it was interesting, though, because in the same episode, there was a white kid and the black kid. It was 2 black kids, obviously. But one of the black kids was talking to the white kid, and he said, man, if they find out my jersey, my FUBU was fake, they're going to roast me. Like, I won't be able to fucking live here no more. And the white kid says, man, I wore this same shirt 3 days in a row and nobody even said anything to me. And I just laughed because it's so true. You know what I mean? It seems like when you're born into a certain complexion, skin color, what have you, you definitely go through certain bullshit by default. And it's definitely, that shit's unfortunate. Yeah, that's a fact. Oh, shit, Sly. You said you remember that episode? Yes, his cousin, once again. That's my favorite character in that show. Paperboy, all about that Paperboy. That's my favorite character in that show. But definitely. That was a great fucking episode. Let me make Big Homie a moderator real quick. But that was definitely, man, I'm telling you, I almost cried during that episode because I remember watching niggas get roasted. So they be crying at lunch. Because when lunch and recess, it was over for you. It was over for you. Let you come into school stanking, you know what I'm saying? Let you come into school and you can't afford lunch. Anything. Let you come into school with some ran through sneakers with the big toe hanging out. with the motherfucking soul talking. It was over for you. Them niggas ain't play no games. No games. But definitely appreciate Pizzle's Tech Time for coming through. Appreciate the big homie Super Slide 75 for coming through. Everybody go subscribe to Super Slide 75. Hit that notification bell. Salute. Everybody go subscribe to Pizzle's Tech Time. Salute. Shout out to Queen Mama Candy coming through. Appreciate y'all. And that's a fact, man. I appreciate y'all dropping these comments and keeping it a buck with me. Y'all some real ass people. That's why I fucks with y'all. But like I said, I'm gonna put the link in the description for this article. Once again, this is a sad story, and like I said, I want to be respectful. Respectfully, I just want some answers. That's all. Hop up in them comments. Let me know what y'all think. Hit that like button. Hit that dislike button. Either way, it's love. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. It's low key.